I had maybe what we could call a little bit of a breakdown today, and I'm struggling to get my mind to shut off to go to sleep. So I thought I would try to film a TikTok about it to process it, but also just to kind of share like some of my real struggles with this healing journey. So, because we know that one of my kind of core challenges is getting in touch with my body and therefore with my like sensations and like the physical form of my emotions, feelings. Uh, One of the things that we have been trying to do is to have my husband give me massages fairly regularly. And that's not the only purpose of it, but that's one of the main purposes of this. Um, like another big aspect of it is like I have a hard time um, just kind of like feeling worthy of like random pleasure like that, I guess. Like I think I kind of think of it as like a deprivation mindset, maybe like I tend to like kind of default to if I don't like really need something, then I shouldn't bother other people or burden other people, including my husband. Um, and so we're just kind of trying to slowly work on that through like just getting this like experience that physically feels good. And my husband had suggested earlier in the day that we might try to do a massage today. Had multiple things on my to do list, kind of a busy day. And so he had like asked if I thought I would have like the emotional beans for it, emotional energy for it. And I had said that I suspected I probably would, but that I didn't necessarily know like I knew how much was on my list. I didn't know how emotional some of those things would or wouldn't be. And so like I asked if I could like give him a more definitive answer later in the day once I kind of saw where my energy level was at. It said sure. I had just kind of stuck with kind of assuming that we would do it, and I had thought that I did feel up for it. And we were like a few hours out from when we usually go to bed, and he had gone to the dispensary and got a joint, which like obviously a dispensary, we live in a state where it's legal, don't usually get real pre-rolls. Anyway, he decided to use the pre-roll. I thought to myself like, oh, I should ask him if we can do the massage first, because I have like some hang-ups around like any sort of like substance use, and I knew that like my kind of like emotional walls go up when anybody has like been drinking at all or has like used any cannabis products at all, him included, even though like I've seen him like drink and I've seen him use cannabis products, and he's like never done anything that would make me not be able to trust him. It's just a me thing, a trauma thing, I'm sure. But here's kind of the key part. I immediately thought that like, oh, I should ask if we should do a massage before he gets high. But then I immediately thought like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason why he can't give you a massage after smoking. Like that's dumb. I was just kind of in the gaslighting part of my brain, I guess. And so I just kind of concluded like, yeah, you're being stupid, like shut up, it's fine. And so I didn't say anything. And then I realized that like, okay, this isn't going to just go away. Like my anxiety over doing this while he's high isn't going to go away, even though I know that it doesn't actually change anything in any meaningful sense. My anxiety is higher now. And so like I realized that like I should have just said something. I shouldn't have tried to gaslight myself into this, but I wasn't in that place where I could like observe my thoughts and then act on them. I was like in the thoughts too much. So of course at this point it's too late. But I just like went to him and spilled that like I know that this doesn't make any sense, and I know that this is just a me thing, but I have anxiety about doing the massage after you've smoked, and I feel like stupid and ashamed about that. So that's why I didn't say anything. And I was like trying to just talk myself out of it, but then I now realize that talking myself out of it would be the wrong thing to do because the emotion is too high. And so, what I would actually be doing if I tried to like use my logic to get through this would just be ignoring my emotions rather than like actually being okay with it. And I know that just like forcing myself to do this because it's illogical not to isn't the right thing to do. But I was way more emotional than this. Like I was crying like the second I started talking. And of course, he's wonderful, and just like I'm so sorry, like that I didn't like think to like I didn't think about how smoking might impact the massage, and like makes sense that you have that hang up, and it's like no big deal that we don't do it tonight. Like we can totally just do it tomorrow. He's great, you know. But I still just was really struggling with feeling bad about that because it's so illogical. Like, I really, really have a hard time when I know that I'm just projecting my trauma onto him. I feel really, really guilty about that. And so I try to just intellectualize it and override it, but it doesn't actually help anything. Like I have to kind of sit with the feeling, admit the feeling, no matter how illogical I feel like it is. It's almost like part of me feels like if I admit that I have this feeling, then it's gonna like give credibility to it. And so I want to ignore it, but that actually just makes it worse.